Hello, folks, and welcome back to episode 6 of my playthrough as YSCC Yokohama in J1 League in Japan. Now, today, what we have for you is a top of the table, or top-ish of the table, clash versus Vissel Kobe, who are reasonably comfortable at the top of the league, but we are at home and we did beat them at their place at the beginning of the season. Now, since we were last together against Tosu, we managed to throw away our two-game advantage in the league. We lost 2 games, drew another one against Hiroshima. We're just skating past all the bad stuff, basically. But we have managed to pick up a few wins, 2 in the league and 1 against Okayama in the All Japan Cup quarterfinal. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm now recording this on Saturday. I had recorded the Kobe game last Sunday. However, with my recording software open, the game open, and some other browser tabs open, for some reason, my gaming laptop decided to crash, and I have reverted back to the last save point, which was after the Sapporo game. And if I'm being completely honest with you, we did actually lose against Okayama. I put in a highly rotated team, and I played this game last night, and uh, instead of losing 3-2 like we did last time, we won 3-0. One of the changes that I remember making was I kept our reserve goalkeeper out and I kept Wojciech in. The other admission to make to you is that when I played this, when I recorded this last week with the intention of pushing out the video probably for Friday, if not today being Saturday, we did also lose against Kobe as well. So that is me just being completely open and upfront with you. So if there is any justice in the world, we will lose this game today. So that being said, I completely forgot to mention the absolute cherry on the cake. We absolutely spanked Sapporo 7-0 away. That was very much a legit game, and it was absolutely ridiculous. It was just goals for days and great fun all around. So, what has happened since we were last together with the win at Tosu? Well, there has been some movement in terms of transfers, in terms of outgoings. The latest departure is Kazuya Onihara, who's gone out to Tokyo Verde on loan. There's no fee attached there, I just needed to get him out because his wage is rather high, and Tokyo are picking up all of that. Ryo Nishio has left on £100,000 deal, which can rise to 165,000. He was a bit of a non-entity as far as I was concerned. Someone came in, they wanted him, I think, for end of contract, or they put in a bid, I can't even remember, but he was in the youth setup, and I was quite happy to see him go. I don't think he'll be much of a miss. Yeah, and the big one was Haruto Yamada leaving. He's gone to Iwata, who, if I remember correctly, are in the J2 league. He was angling for a move. He seemed to be very unhappy. I think that was largely to do with the fact that he wasn't playing enough games. And I said to him that I would let him go for the right price, and he asked what the price was, and I said 1.2 million. And yeah, Iwata met it. I didn't actually think that he would go. The only thing that complicates things for us in terms of squad building is that he is he was homegrown club at the club, so that means that we're just having to scramble around a little bit in terms of getting those 4 homegrown club players in the squad for J1 league matches. So in terms of people who have come in, we brought in the three players that I mentioned in the last episode. We brought in Michel El Shamari, who's a Q80. Uh, Primarily, he's a left winger, but he can play on the right, even though, curiously, he has a weak right foot. And I think what makes it even more interesting is that, according to this, he's as adept as a winger as he is an inverted winger. So I guess he is just going to go out wide playing on his left foot, which is a bit weird, but anyway, there we are. He is very much a decent J1 League player. I've brought him in terms of just having a bit more depth out on the left and the right, which is great. Colin Morrison was a Scottish winger that is seen very much as a decent prospect for now. I've tried, I think, to get him out on loan, but there's been no takers yet. I think that was a promise that I made to him, but if no one wants to go in for him, then what can you do? And then finally, we have brought in Farid Alpha Ruprecht from, gosh, where did he come from? He was previously at Sunderland, but we got him on a free, and he really looks rather good. He is gaining his match sharpness via our reserves, our second team. But he is a good J1 League player, and he has the potential to be a star player. So expect to see him once he is up to speed. But because of the foreigner rules, I am slightly hamstrung in terms of who I can bring in, and Alpha Ruprecht is not on the team sheet today. The other thing to mention since the last episode was, and I did mention this, I had asked for more transfer money and more wage budget, and I got neither as predicted. And I am currently £3 per week over the wage budget, but that will be fine. I don't think it's in the reds, so clearly the board aren't going to be happy with that. But we are just going to push through because I just felt bringing some players in, we really needed to get a bit of depth in the squad. So I feel like we have that, and we can now make a push to consolidate a top four place. So let's get into today's game. So the team that we are going to go with is Wojciech in goal, Yoshida at left back, Sean van Erden and Noguchi at centre back, Peter Serwin playing as a wing back just to kind of keep them slightly honest, paired up with Yamaguchi on the right, who's been playing really well. We're going to play Paul McLaughlin as a deep line playmaker. He can do that role. His passing and his vision make him just as adept as Fukushima, who is on the bench. Just to add a bit of bite in the midfield, we've brought in Mizuno as a ball-winning midfielder, Honmura on the left, Kasai up top with Danilo, and because Kobe play a wing play formation, so we're fairly similar, although they play with a 4-3-3 formation with a midfielder at the just protecting a single pivot midfielder. That's what I'm trying to say. So I have set up my tactics to try and prevent those crosses coming in. I want to make it as difficult for them as possible. So I have made some slight adaptations to our tactical setup, so try and stop those crosses and trap inside. So we're going to see how that goes. Also, crucially, I do want to regroup, or at least see how that goes, rather than get caught too high. So get the the 4 players up top, get them back, get set, and then we can kind of counter when we win the ball. So that is what we're going to go with today. As I said, because the game crashed last weekend, this is essentially a bit of a freebie. So if we lose this again, I'm not going to be too upset because we lost it to begin with. So let's select the team and let's get through all the preliminaries. Wonderful dressing room. Yeah, sure. If we carry on like we did last match, we did well when we beat a J2 League quality team in the cup. Everyone's inspired, and let's get through all this rubbish and get going. So, well, I lie. So it looks like Kobe are playing with a double pivot midfield with a 10. So tactically, I don't really know what we can do. Oh my gosh, we've just gone one up. Wow, it's Van Eerden again with a header. Now, because he's about 6'3" or 6'4", um, he has been chipping in with a few goals, a smattering of goals, which is obviously very much appreciated. We did get a better set piece coach this season. Um, and I just essentially, I don't build my own set pieces. Whenever I try to, it never works out. So I'm just more than happy to leave it to the experts there. So, but set pieces, we've scored a fair few goals. So it's nice to have some players with a bit of height and have these things work out. So we are 20 minutes into the game, and it looks reasonably sedate, he says. Just the one highlight so far. Possession's fairly equal, but we do have a highlight here, so let's see what happens. That was not a very good goal kick, but somehow Danielo's picked up the ball, but we have lost it. Let's see. Oh, okay, we've turned it over again. There's Danielo with the ball. Oof, I thought we were going to, that flick on from Danielo was actually going to work out. Okay, now it's Kobe on the attack. You've missed that, and that's going in. I can always tell from that sort of position there, if they get the ball there, they're always going to slot it in the bottom corner. I don't know if it's a match engine thing. I don't know if it's it's a tactical thing that I've got. But it's like those football games that you could play on the console way back, like International Superstar Soccer from like the Super Nintendo years and years ago, or FIFA at a time. There was always a place that wherever you took a shot, it would always go in. And I feel like whenever the opposition get a shot about 8-9 yards out, it's going in every time, placed in the corner. Okay, another. Oof. Was that save? Yeah, that's the corner. That was a good save. Man. Well, as I said, if there's any justice in the world, we'll lose this game. Oh no, it's around that place again. Okay. Maybe not every time they get the ball in that kind of area. Okay, it's half time, it's 1-1. We have. Let's have a look at what the stats say. Yeah, we haven't really created anything. Okay. Let's think about how I'm going to approach this now. Let's freewheel this. Yeah, it's not been great. I mean, the centre midfield is going to absolutely outdo us in a number of respects. So how are we going to get the ball out there quicker? Well, we're immediately playing it to the wings. Okay, I don't know if it's just players or whether it's my tactics. So, I mean, Van Eerden for some reason looks shattered. We'll keep him on for a little bit, but there's got to be something that we can do. I think I'm going to take it off regroup and just see what happens. Don't necessarily want to counter press because that asks for trouble. I just don't feel like I've got the players, but we have limited. In fact, I'm going to keep counter press on, contradict myself. We're just going to go slightly more positive and just see what happens. this is not much of a change, but we are going to go slightly more positive because a draw is fine. We've still got enough games left to play in the league where we can pull things back.
Okay, bit of a technical glitch there where my headphones managed to turn themselves off, I think, so apologies for that, but we are back together. So nothing's really happening. Okay, you're away, one card away from a suspension. But you are playing badly. And I don't think this is where I really sincerely wish I actually put Alpha Ruprecht in my squad. But we'll put Fanatsu out there, who I think, yeah, he's been playing reasonably well. Yeah, that's fine. Not going to be too worried about that. He can't possibly play any worse. It's just looking a bit quiet, to be honest, but I'm just hoping that one bit of quality may well unlock things. We might need some fresher legs, and I think in that respect I might adjust, but also simultaneously be a little bit more positive. So we'll bring Fukushima on. Paul McLaughlin can go into a, rather than ball-winning midfielder, we are going to play him on central midfielder support and hope that we don't just leave a massive, in fact, oh dear Lord, I'm tying myself and not overthinking it. Yeah, we'll just do that. Yeah. Come on, Dan. Keep it together. Oh, here we go. Oh dear, sweet mother of God. Okay. Right, yeah. That was terrifying. Just someone walking into, someone just genuinely just walking through our centre defence like they're not even there. That was absolutely ridiculous. So we are really, really not, we don't have, we're not on the ascendancy at all, but we do have a highlight. So let's hope that, yeah, we're, for apparently a slightly quicker tempo, that was very slow, and we've just given the ball away again, in a really needless area, and inevitably with key highlights, it looks like you just never play well, but that was bloody terrible. Another highlight. So this is really starting to ramp up now in a not particularly good way, but we have won the ball. And yeah. Oh, McLaughlin, you need to get there for the love of God. Well, you'd never think we were the home team. Come on. Mura's won the ball, and he's just literally gone around everyone. My God in heaven. That would have been just the best. Right, forgive me. My leads come out of my headphones again. Dear, this is an absolute noob. Okay, forget that. We'll just see what juice I've got left in my headphones and pray that it doesn't cut out. This is one take stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well, we lost the ball, but we've won it again. Dear Lord in heaven, just hold on to the ball for the love of God. I don't know how he took that down. It almost looked like one of those scorpion kicks. Good lads, well done. But you've come out and now you're exposed, and this ball's going to come in. There we go. It's a pen. Honestly, the match engine, or is it the Japanese league? I do not know, but they just award pens for fun. Well, if we concede, we this is fair. Yeah, this is fair. Okay, right, we've got some very tired players. So we'll put Ozeki on. We are going to bring Riku Yamada on as a central midfielder defence. That's more his thing. Oh, he's injured. Oh, jeez. Honestly. Okay, we'll undo that. Okay, we're going to put you back. We're going to make you a box-to-box midfielder because that's what you like, even though you're absolutely knackered. And we're going to put you in as a central midfielder on defend. You have not played very well either, and essentially that is all that we can possibly do. I think we're going to have to put you on support, and yeah, I think that's literally all we can do. It's altogether been quite unsatisfactory. Oh, there's just no luck with these live games at all whatsoever. But at least it's a realistic picture of what playing Football Manager actually looks like. Right, we're just going to have to go very attacking. An absolute Hail Mary at this point. Yeah, I mean, in fairness, we haven't deserved to win this at all. They've been very much in charge, and that is essentially it. Right, okay. So, don't like what I saw from this team. Yeah, well, we should have been better. That's for sure, but there's a reason why they're 3 points clear at the top. So we still have a really healthy goal difference. We are 4 points above Hiroshima in 5th place. Whatever very vague and unrealistic ties to aspirations there may have been have gone just from losing that game, but that is absolutely fine. This year was not really about winning the league. This year is about just trying to consolidate this this top 4 finish, because I would quite like to have a crack at the Asian Champions League, and we have almost certainly consolidated a top half finish. I can't see in the next 9 games that we're going to have a complete collapse, although who knows. Last year we did exactly that. We lost 7 games on the bounce, but I'm hopeful that this particular squad, with where we are at, is just a generally much stronger prospect in terms of where we've got good players, and where they're positioned on the field. So yeah, that's well, it's been an interesting episode for sure. All the planning in the world doesn't account for the odd hiccup here, technical hiccup here and there, but thank you very much for watching. And oh, actually, before we go, so in terms of expectations, whilst the League Cup quarterfinal is very much exciting, and I'm sure will be great fun, I think I will next come back for a live game with this All Japan Cup semi-final against Kashiwa. Now Kashiwa are 20th in the J1 League, but we beat them 2-1 at our place earlier this season, and they beat us 1-0 at their place towards the beginning of the season. So there you can see our 2-1 victory, and there you can see we lost on TV at their place. So I think that's going to be a good place to come back, and I'll have a little bit more to tell you in terms of how the league is going. But and yeah, and how the League Cup has gone, whether we're out or we're still in. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, or scrubbing through. Remember, any comments, any likes, any subscriptions for a very, very young channel would be very much appreciated. But in fairness, you watching is just enough. So thank you very much, and take care of yourselves, and I will see you very soon.